Hi, my name is Stanley from Centonomy and welcome to another Tutorial Thursday. This week we're going to be talking about inflation. And we're going to be talking about three things. Number one, what is inflation? Number two, how does it affect you? And number three, what can you do to combat the inflation? And so let's start from the beginning. What is inflation? At the very basic level, inflation is the general increase in price of goods and services over time. For example, about 10 years ago, a loaf of bread would cost something like 10 shillings. Now, the same loaf of bread costs something like 50 shillings. So that increase from 10 shillings to 50 shillings is due to inflation, okay? So inflation is caused by the general economic situation of the country, and the government is constantly releasing information as to the percentage inflation every year. So this is something that you should be constantly on the lookout for. So how does it affect you? It means that, for example, if you are earning 30,000 shillings per month last year, the same 30,000 shillings has lost some value in this year, which means that your shopping basket with the same 30,000 will be slightly smaller, okay? Now, how do you combat this increase in inflation? Number one, keep up with the inflation numbers. As I said earlier, the government constantly gives you information on inflation. So be on the lookout, learn what the inflation is this year, this month, last year, look at the general trends. Next, if you are investing, make sure that at the very least, your investment is beating inflation. Which means that, for example, if inflation is 8%, it means that your investment must give you at least more than 8% just to keep the same value, okay? So make sure if you're looking for a profit, put inflation into the math as you invest. If you're salaried, what does this mean for you? It means that your salary must not remain the same year on year. Your monthly income cannot remain year on year. If you earn 100,000 last year and you earn 100,000 this year, it means that that is not the value of that 100,000 is really not the same. So try and do things within your office or for your suppliers or for your employers, and try and do things that will actually increase how much you earn per month, so that at the very minimum you are also beating inflation. Some employers do try and do a cost of living adjustment, but many times that does not get to the level of inflation. For example, my experience has been with the very good employers, they'll do maybe 2-3% cost of living adjustment, but that really does not get to the level of inflation. So you really have to actively be doing something for your employer to make sure that they're actually giving you a pay rise or a promotion that is at least matching inflation, okay? So thank you very much for watching this week's Tutorial Thursday. See you next week.